Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
You have a good weekend?
Yes.
Anything interesting?
Laughing.
Rafting. That sounds like fun. Where'd you go?
Paris.
Anybody else?
We celebrated Father's Day.
That's good. Yeah, today is Father's Day. You?
We celebrated Father's Day.
That's good. Anybody else?
We're going to Taekwondo.
Where?
I don't know.
Oh, that'll be fun. I've only been there once. Anybody else? Did anybody do anything with siblings this weekend, with brothers and sisters? Probably most of you. Yeah. Does everybody here have a brother or a sister? Yep, probably almost everybody. Are you always kind to your siblings 100% of the time? Not to put you on the spot, but no? How come do you think that is? Yeah, don't agree. Might get angry when they do something to hurt you. So that's, I'm asking you that because in the story that I want to read today, it's about two brothers who, they have lots of anger towards one another. If you want to go to Genesis 25, if you have your Bibles with. Yeah, Genesis 25, starting in verse 19. There's going to be a lot of reading today, might be a little bit longer, so it's a long story about Jacob and Esau. I'm not going to get through all of it today. I will do half of it, and then I'll do the other half next time. So, starting in verse, chapter 25, verses 19. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian, of Pandaram, the sister of Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days were to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. The first one came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. So there's 2 children, and it says the younger is going to serve. The older is going to serve the younger. And this is where the story begins. There's a lot of deception that Jacob does to his brother, and we're going to see the first one here. In verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau, because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. So I think there was a little bit of favoritism in the family. And that's gonna, I think, be bad for Isaac a little bit later yet. So, 29, and Jacob sawed pottage, so he was making stew. And Esau came from the field, for he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. So Esau comes out of the field, it's probably very warm, he's tired. And he sees that his brother is making food, so he says, Can I have some of your food? And Jacob said, now he wants something from his brother, because he's the younger one. He says, Sell me this day thy birthright. So does anybody know what a birthright is? In the Old Testament, the oldest would get the inheritance from the father. And that's what Jacob wants from his brother. Very greedy, I think. I might be right on, I mean, I might be wrong on that. But, and Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me now? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of the lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. So can you see anything wrong with what Jacob did there? He could have just given him the stew for free. It's his brother, right? He should have loved him and given it to him, but he's like, I can probably get something out of my brother here. I might do something to get that birthright for myself. And that's how the story begins, and then we're going to skip 26. Like I said, there's lots of reading, but we're going to start again in 27, verse 1. And it says, And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, so this is years down the road, and his eyes were dim so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. And he said, Behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go into the field, and take me some venison. So before he died, he wanted to have some savory meat once more. He really enjoyed his son's meat that he could get from the fields. And make me some savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat, and that my soul may bless thee before I die. So now he's planning to bless Esau before he dies. But Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And before it said that Rebekah loved Jacob more. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord, before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to what I command thee. So now his mom is telling him to, there's a lot in here, but I'm going to just explain it a little bit. It says, Go into the field and get some meat for me, and get me a goat, and I will make your skin as your brother's, and we're going to deceive Isaac into blessing you instead. It's a not very good thing to do, but they do it. They trick him, and they bless him. Isaac blesses Jacob instead. And then again in verse 30 of the same chapter. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out of the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. So he's expecting his blessing here. And he had also made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison, and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. How do you think Esau felt when he heard that? Probably very hurt. Probably wondering why. Who would have done this to me? And Esau heard the words of his father, and cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came in with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He hath taken away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing only, my father? Bless me, even me also. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above, and by the sword shalt don't know what this last part here all means. Does somebody want to read verse 41?
The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob.
Do you want to read 42 as well? You can read it.
42.
Yep.
These words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau as touching thee both comfort yourself, opposing thee.
So, yeah, right after that, now we can see how Esau feels. First, he stole his birthright. And then in verse 41, yeah, I'll read that again. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, so it starts in the heart. You have anger towards someone. And he's probably wondering, like, why would he ever do this to me? What did I do to my brother? And he said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. So my father is going to die very soon. He's old. It's going to come soon. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So here he's premeditating sin. He wants to kill his brother. He's thinking beforehand what he wants to do. And from there, the story continues. Rebekah says to Jacob to go to her uncle Laban. So he goes there. I'm not going to read all of it because it's a lot to read, but he goes to his uncle, and there God starts to break Jacob. He sees a woman that he wants to marry, and he's wondering who she is. And he finds out, and his uncle says, you can have her, but you have to work 7 years for her. He says, okay, I will do that. He works for her. When the 7 years are up, his own uncle tricked him, just as he tricked his brother Esau in the beginning, and he gave him a different daughter. And he's wondering, like, why would you do this to me? What did I do? So he says, in our country, you have to give the younger first. So he says, serve me another 7 years. And he does another 7 years, and he gets Rachel, the one that he wanted. And I think that Jacob was very deceiving. He tricked his brother lots, and also think that it's a good lesson for us to learn that we should not be going behind our brothers' backs or our sisters' backs and wanting to trick them to get something out of them. So there's a lot more to the story that I will do next time. Does anybody know this story very well? You guys know what happens. Don't spoil it too much for next time, but yeah. They end up meeting again, and as we remember, Esau really wanted to hurt his brother, but we'll see what happens next time in the story. Thank you for listening.